Steven Garanzi. I train with Total Package Sports Management out of North Van under Marcus Hicks.
Hi, my name's Kradarshan St. Lion Mangat. I fight out of the Revolution Fight Team in Langley, BC.
Gary's stand-up's come a long way. He's very fast, explosive. Wrestling's always been good. He's going to put this kid in a bad position and pound him out. I've
been working on my boxing and jiu-jitsu a lot since training under Marcus, and I'm ready to smash somebody in the cage.
I've got relentless speed. He's not going to be able to handle it.
My game plan is to tie him up, take him to the ground, and pound him out.
I'm very explosive. I got a lot of strength for my size, and he's in for a huge surprise.
Anything that he brings to me, I'm going to be able to handle in the cage.
My last opponent, he talked a lot of smack. It didn't even last a minute.
Alfred Leslie, once again under the tutelage of the probably the most tired guy tonight, yeah. Marcus Hicks.
He's on about his 6th or 7th walk to the ring now, and you know, I'm sure Marcus, a guy like this, he's got a lot of guys fighting. You try not to use the generic same kind of, you know, words of inspiration. You got to think he's got everybody kind of ready for their own fight, and with Gary Mangat, a guy with as much experience, you got to have your guy ready.
Now, Leslie is 0-1 in his amateur MMA career, but he took that fight on just 24 hours notice against somebody who's very tough.
That's right, a guy who's actually involved in our main event tonight, and that's Tak Sasaki. And you know, anybody fighting Tak, you got to have your game ready. To take on a guy like that on 24 hours notice, it shows he's got a big set in the trunks there, that's for sure.
Leslie, once again, quickly becoming no stranger to taking fights on short notice. He did have double the amount this time. He had 48 hours notice for this fight.
So a whole 2 days, you know, I guess he'll be in twice as good a shape as he was last time if Marcus Hicks doesn't choke him out before he gets in the ring. Here he is though, Alfred Leslie, you know, looks ready to go here. We'll see what happens. You know, fearless and a big heart, and that's pretty obvious when you're taking fights on a day and 2 days notice.
Huge heart and heavy hands. That's what Leslie will try and do in this fight. He likes to stand and bang, but on the ground, that's when he can be exposed.
And especially when you're dealing with a guy that comes out of a fight team like Revolution, and I'm talking about Gary Mangat right here. Gary, of course, you know, training at Revolution Fight Team in Langley. Tim Thurston is his head coach, but he also has a guy by the name of Blake Frederickson as stand-up, and a guy who's no stranger to any MMA fan, Bibiano Fernandez, as his ground coach.
His inspiration, he says, is Caleb Starnes. Starnes, from Surrey, British Columbia, used to fight at Revolution when he was in the UFC, and that is why Gary joined the Revolution gym.
Yeah, he had seen Caleb in one of his fights in the UFC. I guess he immediately had a look online at where Caleb was training, found that it was Revolution, and the rest, as they say, is history. You know, aside from Bibiano Fernandez, he's also working with guys to the name of Coulter Gill, who's obviously been successful overseas in Japan, and Tyler TNT Jackson. So a lot of experience here, and as I said earlier, a 5-2 record. So Gary's no stranger to the cage.
And here's the tale of the tapes for this lightweight contest between Alfred Leslie and Gary Mangat. Both men 5'8" tall. It is Leslie, 28 years old. He is 5 years older than Gary Mangat. Let's send it up to the ring and Sean Carey.
Fighting out of Total Package Sports Management out of North Vancouver, British Columbia, here is Alfred Leslie! Fighting out of Revolution Fight Team in Langley, British Columbia, here is Gary St. Lion Mangat!
And Darcy, referee Jason Dara, talking to the corners, making sure everything is ready to go. And this fight is underway. Gary Mangat in the black tight trunks. Alfred Leslie also in the black trunks.
You can see a little size difference here. Gary's a little undersized, but you know, his fitness and conditioning should, you know, play into that and not make it such a difference. Nice front headlock here by Alfred to start things off.
And they separate. Both men here in the opening seconds of this fight trying to size each other up, and it looked like Leslie is hurt. Mangat caught him with the looked to be a left high kick Although Leslie trying to recover here, and he is now on top. Nice reversal into the full mount from Mangat. Wow, what a move, and now he's got his back, Darcy.
Beautiful sweep reversal. Now you see he's got the right leg in, kind of catching that hook. Alfred Leslie could be in some trouble here with an accomplished guy like Gary Mangat on his back. He's trying to get him to, trying to shake him there, but Gary trying not to stay too high on the back there.
He's got those hooks in, and he is looking for that rear naked choke. Is Gary Mangat out of Revolution Fight Team in Langley, British Columbia. He eats a couple of shots there from Leslie, who's trying to, has now turned it around.
Yeah, Gary was looking for a body triangle there and couldn't lock it. Now Alfred Leslie back to his feet, throwing some heavy leather with the left hand there. Now pushing Gary up against the cage. I think Gary's looking to try to get this back to the ground, but in a dominant position. You can see trainer Marcus Hicks there telling him to breathe.
Nice job so far by Leslie. You've got to be impressed on a guy with not too much experience, going up a guy who's so well-rounded on the ground. It was a very good job by Leslie to get this fight back up to its feet.
Absolutely. You can see now the 2-day notice thing maybe coming into play with him breathing out of his mouth, but you know, it's looking for another takedown here with the body lock on Gary.
And as round one wears on here, we have Leslie on top, but Gary Mangat just looks really comfortable standing up or on his back.
He right now, he's just kind of hanging out, you know, making sure his guard is nice and proper. Beautiful sweeping flip there on Alfred Leslie by Gary. Wow, that was nice.
Mangat now has side control on Leslie.
Looking to create some space with that forearm under the jaw. Possibly going to posture up if he can get out of this lock. Looking to maybe pass to a guard or to a full mount as well, and there is the pass right there.
Great job by Gary Mangat. He is now in full mount, and this spells trouble for Leslie. Very high up in the full mount. Now he gets his back.
Leslie kind of just trying to roll and get out of trouble, but Mangat just all over him on the back. This guy's like an octopus with his legs and his arms. He's real tight on you at all times.
Mangat trying to finish this fight in round number one, and he is looking for that rear naked choke. He has both hooks around, and there it is. Woo. Leslie taps Gary Mangat, your winner in round number one. Excellent performance by Gary Mangat, who improves to 6-2.
Once he got that position and he had Alfred Leslie on his back, there was nowhere to go from there.
Here we have, this is the beginning of the end, I think, with Mangat on his back, but he does a really nice reversal here.
A very gorgeous sweep that took place to get into this position, and here you see Gary getting that right arm under the chin.
We go up to the ring with Sean Carey.
Introducing your winner at 2 minutes, 53 seconds of the first round by rear naked choke, here is Gary